Sorry guys, I've really not uploaded in a long time.
It's that Super no Shima flow.
Right guys, so the Tour de France is starting in about 2 days. It might be less than that when this video comes out, but I'm basically doing a video about what I think the overall standings for the Tour de France will be this year. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So in 15th position, I think it'll be Peter Sagan. So you might be wondering, why do you think it's Peter Sagan? He's a sprinter, but he's been really dominant at the Spring Classics, and he is a very good sprinter, but he's shown that he can climb at previous tours and also in the Milan-San Remo this year. He's extremely good tactically, and he's also really skillful, and he'll have confidence from doing well in previous tours, and he's also got experience to them as well. The only reason that he might not do well is that he might focus on the sprinting like he usually does. In 14th, I've got Dan Martin. He's a really good climber. There's no hilltop finishes in this year's Tour de France though, and that's kind of what he's really good at. And he also tends to burn out in long races, so you might start off well and then end up moving down the standings. And personally, I don't think he's the best tactically either. Like, I think that's where he usually loses most of his races. In 13th, I've got Steve Cummings. So recently he's been in really good form after winning the British Champs road race and time trial. He can climb, and this year I think the courses suit him. He's really good tactically, and he knows how to win races, and he's had experience from doing that in previous tours. The only thing that might stop him from doing well is that he's been ill with glandular fever recently, so that might make him not as good. In 12th, I've got Simon Yates. Simon Yates is a really good climber. I've not seen much of him this season, so I don't really know what he's going to be like. The courses I don't think suit him that well because he's not so great when it's not as hilly. And he's also inexperienced in the tour and doesn't always follow the right riders, I don't think. In 11th, I've got Jonas Aguirre. He's a really good rider in general, I think. He knows how to attack, and the courses might suit him this year, I think. He's not the best overall in a tour rider, but he knows how to win races on a good day. In 10th, I've got Fabio Aru. He's in good form from after the Italian Champs, which he won. He's got a good team around him as well, and he's raced the tour before. I don't think he's the best climber in the peloton, but he's still pretty good, and I don't think he's the best tactically either. In 9th, I've got Esteban Chavez. He's fairly young, but he's too old for the white jersey, so he can't win that. He's a good rider. I think it's his first tour, so he's going to be inexperienced probably, but he's done races like the Giro. But he also tends to get tired at the end of long races, so that might hinder him a bit. In 8th, I've got Pino. He was really good in the past, but he's not been as good in previous years. He did well in the Giro this year with a 4th place, and he's a good climber, but he's not the best. And the courses might suit him this year, but he's not that consistent. 7th, I've got Quintana, one of the best climbers in the peloton, I think, and he's done well in previous tours. He came 2nd in the Giro this year, but he messed it up in the time trial. He's good tactically, but I don't think the courses suit him this year, and he can only really win races on the hills. 6th, I've got Contador. He's very, very experienced, and he's got quite a good team. He's won it in the past, but he's also got unlucky in previous years with falling off. He's a really good climber, but he's not as good as the other riders, I don't think. The course could suit him, as he tends to lose the races in the mountains and on hilltop finishes, but he's also getting old, so this is probably one of his last few years that he could win it. In 5th, I've got Romain Bardet. He did well last year and came 2nd place. He's not had bad form, and he came 6th in the Dauphiné. He's probably one of the top 3 climbers in the peloton, I think, at the moment, and he can descend really well. He's not so good on the flat, and the courses I don't think suit him this year. In 4th, I've got Jakob Fuglsang. He's always been good, but he's not really been absolutely amazing. He came 2nd in the Olympics, and he's had really good form after winning the Dauphiné. He's not the best climber, but I think he's a good all-rounder, and the courses could suit him this year. In 3rd, I have Chris Froome. He's one of the best riders in the whole of history, I think. He's an extremely good climber, and he's pretty good at tactically. He's won it last year as well as in 2013 and 2015. He's a good time trialist, but he's not really had any good form this year, and he hasn't won a race. He got dropped in the Dauphiné and came 4th, but being a whole 1 minute 33 behind Jakob Fuglsang. In 2nd place, I've got Alejandro Valverde. He's extremely experienced, but recently in the tour he's also always had to work for Nairo Quintana. He's really good tactically and skillfully, and he knows how to win races. But and also this year he's been almost unbeatable in the Hilly Spring Classics. And in first place I've got Richie Port. He's been unlucky in the past, but he's got good form and came second in the Dauphiné with only 10 seconds. I don't think he's the best climber in the peloton, but he's still really, really good. And the courses probably do suit him this year. He's really good tactically, and he works really hard, but he's always had to work for other riders, but I think he can win it this year. So guys, that's my top 15 for this year's Tour de France. I'm worried I said top 10 before, but yeah, top 15. And yeah, my dog's barking, I don't know why, I'll go see him in a second. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry for not uploading. I'm going to be hopefully uploading a lot in the summer. Yeah, remember to like and subscribe. We also got to 150 subscribers while I wasn't uploading, so yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.